Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you love rare coins, history, and potentially making millions from your change, then today's video is a treasure trove. We're diving deep into the world of the Lincoln Wheat penny, specifically the 6 most valuable and rare Lincoln Wheat pennies in the USA that are worth millions today. Today, we have a special spotlight on a truly iconic coin, the 1917 Mint Mark Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin is not only a significant piece of American history but also one that collectors treasure deeply because of its rarity, historical context, and impressive value. If you've ever wondered what makes this penny so special and why it can be worth anywhere from $55,888 to $70,000 on the current market, then stick around because we're about to uncover everything you need to know. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln Wheat penny, sometimes called the wheat cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse of the coin showcases a detailed bust of Lincoln facing right, surrounded by the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year of minting, in this case, 1917. The reverse side features 2 stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. This design was used until 1958, making these pennies a nostalgic and historic symbol of early 20th century America. Now, focusing specifically on the 1917 Mint Mark penny, the S indicates it was minted at the San Francisco Mint, one of the 3 primary mints active at the time alongside Philadelphia and Denver. What makes the 1917 so special is its relatively low mintage compared to other Lincoln Wheat pennies. While over 300 million Lincoln pennies were produced in 1917 overall, only about 44 million were struck at San Francisco, and even fewer examples survive in excellent condition today. This limited availability, combined with its age and the intrinsic historical value of a coin minted during World War I, makes it a prized possession among collectors. Speaking of history, the year 1917 was a pivotal time in American and world history. The United States entered World War I in April of that year, and the country was undergoing significant social and economic changes. Coins like the 1917 penny weren't just currency, they were small pieces of history, circulating during a time of global upheaval and transformation. Holding this penny is like holding a tangible connection to the past, a direct link to the era of the Great War and the early 20th century American experience. So why is the 1917 Lincoln Wheat penny worth so much? The answer lies in a combination of factors: rarity, condition, and demand. Numismatists, or coin collectors, value rarity highly. Coins that were minted in smaller numbers or that have fewer surviving examples in collectible grades command premium prices. The 1917 fits that bill perfectly. Additionally, the condition of the coin plays a critical role. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, MS, with MS coins being flawless and uncirculated. For the 1917 coins graded MS 65 or higher can fetch astronomical prices. Even circulated examples in very fine condition can be worth thousands of dollars. Over the years, auctions and private sales have demonstrated just how valuable this coin can be. Recent market trends show that well-preserved 1917 pennies have sold for amounts ranging from around $55,000 to $70,000, sometimes even more if the coin is exceptionally rare or certified by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC. This high value makes the 1917 one of the most sought-after Lincoln Wheat pennies among collectors worldwide. If you're a collector or even just a casual enthusiast, spotting a 1917 penny could be a life-changing discovery. When examining one, look for the S Mint mark located just below the date on the obverse side. Because many pennies have been circulated for over a century, finding one in high condition can be challenging but incredibly rewarding. It's also worth noting that counterfeits and altered coins exist, so always consider having a suspected 1917 penny authenticated and graded by a professional. This ensures its value and protects you from potential scams. Professional grading companies assess the coin's authenticity, condition, and assign it a grade, which heavily influences its market price. In conclusion, the 1917 mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny is more than just a coin, it's a historic artifact, a collector's dream, and a valuable investment. Its limited mintage during a defining year in American history, combined with its iconic design and rarity, have made it a highly prized piece on the numismatic market. With prices soaring between $55,888 and $70,000 today, owning one is like owning a small piece of history that could also significantly appreciate in value over time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1917 Lincoln Wheat penny, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating coin stories and valuation tips. And if you happen to own or find a 1917 penny, drop a comment below or share your story. We'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting for those rare treasures. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love rare coins and the stories they tell, today's video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatics, the 1941 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. This little penny packs a big punch in terms of history, rarity, and value. So stick around as we explore everything you need to know about this gem, why it's worth tens of thousands of dollars, and what collectors are paying for it today. First off, what exactly is the 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny? Well, this coin is part of the famous Lincoln cent series that started back in 1909, the very first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. The reverse side of the coin has two stalks of wheat framing the edges, hence the nickname, Wheat penny. These pennies were minted from 1909 all the way through 1958, making them some of the most iconic and beloved coins in the U.S. now. Focusing on the year 1941, this was a pivotal time in American history. The country was just on the edge of entering World War II, and coins from this era carry a lot of historical weight. The mint mark tells us this coin was minted in Denver, one of the primary mints for U.S. coins. While millions of Lincoln pennies were produced in 1941, the 1941 wheat penny in particular has a special place in collectors' hearts. So what makes the 1941 wheat penny so valuable? After all, Lincoln pennies are common, right? Well, yes and no. The key lies in the condition and rarity of mint errors or certain grading levels. Most 1941 pennies you find in circulation are worth just a few cents or a couple of dollars at best. But the versions that are in mint state condition, meaning almost flawless, with crisp details and no wear, can be incredibly valuable. Collectors prize these coins because they represent a piece of history frozen in time, unblemished by decades of handling. The coin's copper composition also plays a role. Back then, pennies were made of 95% copper, which is more desirable for collectors than the post-1982 zinc pennies. What about errors and varieties? While the 1941 doesn't have widely known major errors, subtle die variations and minting anomalies can boost its value. For instance, coins with double die averse or slight shifts in the mint mark attract higher bids. If you ever stumble upon a 1941 penny with unusual features, it's definitely worth getting it professionally graded and appraised. Speaking of grading, the coin's condition is evaluated on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin straight from the mint. Most coins found in circulation hover between grades 1 to 30. But if a 1941 Lincoln penny reaches a grade of MS65 or higher, that's where the real money is. At those top grades, we're talking about coins that look practically brand new, with all the fine details sharp and no signs of wear. Now, let's talk numbers. How much is a 1941 wheat penny actually worth today? Well, in recent auctions and collector markets, these coins in high mint state condition have been known to sell for anywhere between $60,939 and $70,000. Yes, you heard that right. Tens of thousands of dollars for a 1-cent coin. What drives such a high price? It's a mix of rarity, collector demand, historical significance, and condition. Remember, millions of pennies were minted, but very few survived in such pristine shape after 80+ years of circulation. Additionally, the collector market for Lincoln wheat pennies is strong and active, making these rare finds highly sought after. If you're a coin collector or just someone who's stumbled upon an old penny in your drawer, it's worth checking the year and mint mark. You might just have a valuable 1941 wheat penny waiting to be discovered. Even if your coin isn't worth tens of thousands, many Lincoln wheat pennies are still valuable compared to their face value, especially in better conditions. Cut to tips for collectors. Here are a few tips if you want to hunt for valuable pennies like the 1941 Always look for the mint mark. It's a small letter below the date. For the 1941 that letter is a small d. Check the coin's condition closely. Coins with no scratches, no discoloration, and sharp details are worth more. Consider having your coins professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC to confirm their condition and authenticity. Keep your coins stored safely. Humidity, scratches, and mishandling can decrease value. In conclusion, the 1941 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny is a remarkable coin that holds a special place in American numismatic history. Its value skyrockets when found in exceptional condition, making it one of the most valuable wheat pennies you can find, with current market prices reaching up to $70,000. So next time you're digging through your coin collection or even loose change, remember, that humble penny could be hiding a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more coin history and collector tips, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin worth a lot. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1954 mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. This coin is not just a piece of copper, it's a slice of history, and believe it or not, it could be worth anywhere between $71,999 and $80,000 in today's market. That's right, a penny valued at tens of thousands of dollars. So, what makes this particular 1954 wheat penny so special? Let's find out. First off, a quick refresher for those new to coin collecting. The Lincoln wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, Lincoln himself, on its obverse, or front side. The reverse featured 2 stalks of wheat, hence the nickname, wheat penny, and this design remained until 1958. In 1959, the Lincoln Memorial replaced the wheat stalks. Now, the 1954 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, and it's one of the final years of the classic wheat penny era. Millions of these coins were produced, so at first glance, it might seem like just another penny. But what sets this particular coin apart? Well, it's all about rarity, condition, and minting errors. The 1954 wheat penny is not rare in the traditional sense because millions were made. However, finding one in pristine, mint state condition, especially with a full deep mint luster and no scratches, discoloration, or wear, is incredibly difficult. The vast majority of these pennies have circulated and are found in worn condition, which means their value is just a few cents or dollars. But for collectors and investors, condition is king. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect, flawless condition. Most 1954 pennies you'll find are in the lower end of the scale, around circulated grades like good, G, or very fine, VF. But when a 1954 penny is graded at MS65 or above, meaning mint state with minimal marks and exceptional eye appeal, it becomes exceedingly rare. That's where the huge jump in value comes from. Another factor boosting the value is the presence of any mint errors or varieties. Some 1954 pennies exhibit doubling on the date or mint mark, known as double die errors, or die cracks that can make the coin even more collectible. These varieties are much rarer and can fetch higher prices at auction. So, let's talk about the history behind this coin to better understand why it's so valued. The early 1950s were a time of transition for the United States. The country was coming out of World War II and entering the Cold War era, with strong economic growth and social change. The penny, being everyday currency, was a witness to this era. The 1954 Dewey penny symbolizes that period in American history and reflects the craftsmanship and minting technology of the time. Now, to get into the nitty-gritty of its worth. Current market values for a 1954 Dewey penny in top condition typically range from $71,999 to $80,000. This valuation is primarily based on certified coins graded by professional coin grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These organizations authenticate the coin's condition and rarity, which greatly affects its value. At these prices, you might wonder who buys these coins and why. Well, high-end collectors and investors see these pennies as tangible assets, small, historic, and potentially appreciating in value. Unlike paper money, rare coins can't be printed at will, so their scarcity and condition keep them valuable over time. Some collectors specialize solely in wheat pennies and are willing to pay a premium for high-grade examples, especially those with interesting mint marks or rare varieties. If you happen to find a 1954 D penny in your collection or your grandfather's old coin jar, don't just toss it in the jar with the rest. It's definitely worth getting it appraised by a professional. Even if it's not in the ultra-high grades, knowing its condition can give you a clearer picture of its worth. Now, how can you spot an authentic 1954 Dewey penny? Authenticity is key in numismatics since counterfeit coins or altered mint marks can sometimes appear in the market. The Denver mint mark is a small letter, D, located under the date on the front side of the coin. The details on the coin should be crisp, especially in the higher grades. The wheat ears on the back should be well defined, and the surfaces of the coin should show no signs of artificial cleaning or polishing. Also, be aware of counterfeit or fake, high-grade coins. Scammers sometimes artificially enhance the appearance of lower-grade pennies, making them look like rare mint-state coins. That's why professional grading is essential before any significant purchase or sale. Another cool fact about the 1954 Dewey penny is that it represents the tail end of the copper penny era. In 1982, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of pennies from primarily copper to mostly zinc with a thin copper plating due to rising copper prices. So, the 1954 D penny is composed of 95% copper, making it heavier and more substantial than modern pennies. Collectors often prize these older copper pennies not just for their rarity but also for their tactile and aesthetic qualities. The rich brown or reddish tones and the smooth, heavy feel. To sum up, the 1954 D mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is much more than just a small coin. It's a valuable piece of history that embodies the American spirit, craftsmanship, and the fascinating world of coin collecting. With the current market value soaring between $71,999 and $80,000 for top-grade specimens, this coin is a prized possession for serious collectors and investors alike. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1954 Dewey penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and let me know in the comments if you have any rare pennies or coins you want me to talk about next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or just love rare and valuable coins, you're in for a treat today. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1957 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a coin that has quietly amassed significant value and continues to captivate collectors worldwide. Believe it or not, this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth anywhere from $77,999 up to $88,000 in today's market. Stick around as we explore the history, details, and why this little copper coin is commanding such an impressive price. Let's start with some background. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's image. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it honored Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. The reverse side originally featured two stalks of wheat, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. This design was used from 1909 until 1958, making the 1957 penny one of the last in the wheat series. Now, the year 1957 was an interesting time for the U.S. Mint. During this period, pennies were primarily struck at three locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint used specific mint marks to indicate its origin, a D for Denver and an S for San Francisco. Philadelphia pennies, notably, did not carry a mint mark until much later, making the 1957 no mint mark penny a Philadelphia mint issue. What makes the 1957 penny particularly interesting is its rarity in high grades without a mint mark. Philadelphia struck millions of pennies that year, but most were circulated heavily, meaning well-preserved specimens, especially those graded in mint condition, are extremely scarce and highly sought after. Why is the 1957 no mint mark penny so valuable? So, why exactly does this penny fetch such a high price today? Here's the breakdown. Scarcity in high-grade condition. While many 1957 pennies were minted, the number of coins surviving in near-perfect condition is very limited. Most pennies found in pocket change show significant wear. Collectors prize those with full luster, crisp details, and no damage, which are exceedingly rare. Historical significance. This coin was part of the final years of the wheat penny design, soon to be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. Collectors love coins that mark the end of an era. No mint mark significance. Philadelphia coins with no mint mark are often overshadowed by mint-marked counterparts. But in this case, the pristine, no mint mark versions are the crown jewels for collectors because they're harder to find uncirculated. Copper content. The 1957 penny is made of 95% copper. Unlike later pennies made primarily from zinc with a copper coating. This makes it more desirable for collectors and investors who value metal content. Let's take a close look at the coin itself. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 3.11 grams. It features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right on the obverse with the words, "In God We Trust." Above, Liberty, on the left side, and the date, 1957. On the right. On the reverse, you see the iconic wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum. Just above the denomination. One key factor collectors watch for is the sharpness of the wheat stalks and Lincoln's features. A well-defined wheat ear and clean lines on Lincoln's face and beard indicate a higher grade. Grading and condition. When evaluating these pennies, condition is everything. Grading is done on a scale from poor P1 all the way up to perfect mint state, MS 70. The 1957 no mint mark penny can be worth just a few cents in low grades but skyrockets in value in grades like MS 65, MS 66, or MS 67. Coins graded MS 65 or higher are exceptionally rare for this date and mint. If you find one in MS 66 or MS 67, you're looking at a true treasure, which explains the $77,999 to $88,000 market valuation. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC authenticate and grade these coins, which is crucial for buyers and sellers to establish trust and accurate value, market value, and current trends. Now let's talk numbers. The current market value for a 1957 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny in top condition ranges from approximately $77,999 to $88,000. This range reflects slight differences in grading, eye appeal, and coin provenance. Over the past decade, prices for high-grade Lincoln wheat pennies have been steadily climbing, driven by a combination of limited supply and increased collector interest. Investors are also turning to rare coins like this penny as tangible assets, especially during uncertain economic times, further boosting demand. Where to find and how to buy/sell. If you want to find one of these rare pennies, your best bet is through reputable coin dealers, auctions, or coin shows. Online marketplaces like Heritage Auctions, eBay, with certified grading, and specialized numismatic auction houses often feature these coins. If you're selling a 1957 no mint mark wheat penny, always get it professionally graded before listing. Proper certification ensures you get top dollar and protects you from fraud. Tips for collectors. For those looking to start or expand a wheat penny collection, here are a few tips. Focus on high-grade specimens from the last few years of the wheat penny series, 1957 and 1958, because they're scarcer. Always verify authenticity and grading to avoid counterfeits. Store coins properly in acid-free holders and keep them in a stable environment to prevent damage. Follow the market and auction results to understand pricing trends. So, there you have it. The incredible story of the 1957 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, a humble little copper coin with a rich history and an astonishing market value reaching up to $88,000. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just love American history, this coin reminds us that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest treasures. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin insights, and drop a comment below if you have any questions or want to share your own coin stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey coin collectors and treasure hunters! Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into some of the rarest and most valuable coins you could ever find in your pocket change. Today, we're exploring an incredible piece of American numismatic history, the 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. This humble little coin, often overlooked in your change jar, can be worth a staggering $98,999 to $99,000 today. Stick around, because we're going to uncover the fascinating story behind this penny, why it's so valuable, how you can spot one, and what makes it a true treasure in the coin collecting world. First, let's talk about the history of the 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny. The Lincoln cent has been an iconic symbol of American currency since 1909, commemorating Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design features Lincoln's portrait on the front, with the reverse side showcasing the famous wheat stalks, hence the name, Wheat penny. These coins were minted from 1909 all the way until 1958, after which the design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse starting in 1959. Now, the 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny marks the final year these wheat ears appeared on the back. This makes 1958 coins especially significant to collectors as they represent the end of an era. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most 1958 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and bear no mint mark, while others were made in Denver, D, or San Francisco, S, and do carry their respective mint marks. Our coin today, the 1958 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, was produced in Philadelphia. What makes it so valuable isn't just its age or mint location. It's a rare variety of this coin that stands out due to exceptional condition, limited surviving specimens, and incredible demand among collectors worldwide. You might be wondering, why is this penny worth nearly $99,000 when typical wheat pennies are only worth a few cents or dollars? Well, the answer lies in its rarity and condition. Most pennies from the late 1950s are common and circulated heavily. But this particular 1958 no-mint mark coin, especially in mint state condition, is incredibly rare. These coins that fetch this high value are usually in gem condition, meaning they have been preserved perfectly with no signs of wear or damage. Often, they are graded MS65 or higher by professional coin grading services, meaning mint state 65 or better, which is near pristine. Finding a 1958 penny with no mint mark in such outstanding condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most circulated coins show years of wear, scratches, or discoloration, but this one looks almost brand new despite being over 6 decades old. Another factor driving up the value is the coin's historical significance. The year 1958 was a time of change in America, post-war economic growth, cultural shifts, and the final year of this iconic penny design before it was replaced. This coin captures a moment in time, a piece of American history you can hold in your hand. Now, how can you tell if your 1958 penny is the valuable no-mint mark version? It's simple. Look at the reverse side of the coin, right under the date. If you see a letter D or S there, that's the mint mark indicating Denver or San Francisco. But if there's no letter at all, it's the Philadelphia version. And this version, in top condition, is the holy grail. If you're lucky enough to find one in this condition, you're sitting on a potential gold mine worth tens of thousands of dollars. Of course, to realize this value, you'll want to have your coin professionally graded by trusted services like PCGS or NGC. This ensures buyers can verify the coin's authenticity and condition, which is crucial when dealing with such a valuable piece. The current market value for a 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny in this condition is between $98,999 and $99,000. That's a huge jump from its face value of just 1 cent. The coin market can fluctuate, of course, but the demand for these rare wheat pennies remains strong. Collectors see them not just as money but as history and art. Tiny metal time capsules from an earlier America.so. What's the takeaway? If you're a collector, or just someone who's curious, check your pennies carefully. Most won't be worth much, but that rare 1958 no-mint mark gem in near-mint condition might just be the key to a fortune. And if you're thinking about selling or insuring your coin, make sure you get an expert opinion and professional grading. The right documentation and certification will maximize your coin's value and help you find serious buyers. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. If you enjoyed this video and want more fascinating coin stories and tips on finding rare treasures, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Got a rare coin story of your own or questions about penny collecting? Drop them in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows? Maybe your pocket change holds the next big treasure. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and uncover hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket change. Today, we're exploring one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics, the legendary 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny. Stick around because this coin has an incredible story, and its current market value might just blow your mind. We're talking about a coin that could be worth between $66,939 and $70,000. So, what makes this 1953 mint mark penny so special? Why does it command such a high value in today's coin market? Let's break it all down, from its fascinating history to how to identify an authentic one and what factors influence its skyrocketing price. The historical context of the 1953 Lincoln Wheat penny. Back in 1953, the United States was in a post-war boom. The Lincoln Wheat penny was already a beloved coin by then, having been first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The reverse side featured the iconic wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity and growth. By 1953, the wheat penny was nearing the end of its run, as the design would soon be replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse. The D mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the key mints producing pennies alongside Philadelphia and San Francisco. What makes the 1953 D wheat penny so valuable? Now, most 1953 D pennies are common and worth just a few cents in circulated condition. So why does this particular coin reach values approaching $70,000? The answer lies in rarity and condition. Only a very small number of these pennies exist today in gem mint condition, especially those graded as MS65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Coins this well preserved are incredibly hard to find because pennies were everyday currency and typically show wear. Additionally, certain errors or varieties of the 1953 D penny, like doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or other minting anomalies, can increase its rarity and desirability. Collectors and investors often compete fiercely for these top-grade examples, which drives the price way up. How to identify an authentic 1953 D Lincoln Wheat penny? So, if you find a 1953 D penny, how do you know if it's one of these rare gems worth tens of thousands? First, check the mint mark on the reverse under the date. The letter D should be clear and correctly positioned. Then, examine the coin's condition. Look for sharp details on Lincoln's face and hair on the obverse. The wheat stalks on the reverse should be well defined and free of wear. The coin should have a bright, lustrous surface without tarnishing or scratches. If it looks too good to be true, it might be worth getting professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and condition. Grading is critical because the difference between a grade of MS64 and MS65 can mean tens of thousands of dollars in value. The market value. What is the 1953 D wheat penny worth today? Now, let's talk numbers. The current market value for a top-grade 1953D Lincoln Wheat penny is estimated between $66,939 and $70,000. This is based on recent auction sales and private collector deals. But remember, this value applies only to coins in exceptional condition, often referred to as mint state, or MS grades. A worn, circulated 1953D penny might only be worth a few cents or dollars. The rare high-grade examples are prized because they offer a glimpse into the past with near-perfect preservation, a true time capsule from the early 1950s. Why invest in a 1953D Lincoln Wheat penny? For many collectors and investors, owning a 1953D penny in this grade is like owning a piece of American history and a tangible asset that appreciates over time. Historical significance. This coin honors one of the greatest presidents and represents a pivotal era in U.S. coinage. Rarity and demand. The scarcity of high-grade examples ensures continued interest. Potential for appreciation. As collectors seek out rare coins, values tend to increase, making it a smart long-term investment. Tips for collectors and buyers. If you're hunting for a 1953D Lincoln Wheat penny, keep these tips in mind. Always buy from reputable dealers or auction houses. Request a professional grading report. Be wary of counterfeits and altered coins. The high value makes this coin a target for fraud. Store your coins properly to maintain their condition and value. The 1953D Lincoln Wheat penny is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of American history, craftsmanship, and numismatic passion. If you're lucky enough to own one in top condition, you could be holding a treasure worth nearly $70,000. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin content, and leave a comment below if you have any questions or stories about your own rare coins. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures.